Hey guys, welcome to the next video in the series. So in this video, I'm mostly just going to go over Gemstone Clash and Eagle Hunt and explain how I play both those games. I'll give a quick update on how the progress in my VIP 0 account is going. So I was able to compete in the Feast Rush a little better than I expected just because nobody else is going for it seems like. So I'm going to try to get second place in the server in the Feast Rush. And I'll try to stick to 10th in both Sov and Warriors Lost Rush. Since I'm like 6 weeks behind everyone else in terms of account growth and not spending it all on this account, these are actually pretty good placings for my first round of rushes. And milestones, I'm kind of pushing up a little bit on here in order to get the extra Eagle Hunt stamina. I've already unlocked a lot of the world map, so things are going pretty decently. One of the things that's kind of bottlenecking me right now is I don't have enough to make these promotion items. So my growth is going to stall for a little bit until I win enough rushes and mini games to get those. Should be able to get them in a few days. Shouldn't be a big deal. So with those updates, I guess I'll give a quick update on how battle is going too. I wasn't able to register because I just left a different horde. So in battle, what you want to try to do is just rush out as quickly as possible, get out of your mountain forts, and then make it to grab as many level 2 forts as possible. There aren't enough level 2 forts to go around for every horde in the map, or at least I think there almost are, but one horde usually grabs 2. We managed to get, it looks like 3 level 2 forts this time, so we're doing pretty well. Looks like it's not a very active battle. That's kind of how I prefer them. I like it when the battles have very little spending going on in them, and it actually allows for more tactics if they're less active. And because the really active battle tends to just be whoever spends the most and has the strongest account just wins. But there's a little more room for tactics if nobody's spending money and it's not quite as lopsided in terms of power. Looking at the group ranking, looks like there's an okay distribution. We've got a bit of a lead, but the next 2 places behind us are still within the realm of being competitive, so that's good. And then this battle on the main account, this is kind of the type of battle that I don't care for so much. There's a lot of big spenders here. It's not worth spending money to compete with them, so I just kind of stick to taking whatever tiles aren't taken yet to get the capture rewards. Level 2 land gives better capture reward than level 1 land. It's best to get level 3 and 4 land, but my horde usually gobbles all that up, so I just grab the level 2 land that's left over. I don't really put much time or effort into battle anymore. When I was first playing the game I did because I found it enjoyable, but I kind of got bored of it. And if you don't find it interesting, it doesn't really give very good rewards for growth, so I pretty much only put effort into battle if some other horde kind of irritates us and we decide we want to fight them really hard, but otherwise we just kind of take a laid-back approach to battle and don't really do much battling, to be honest. Everyone just kind of sits at their borders and it is what it is. Hopefully Legion battle will be more interesting, but we'll see. With that, I'll get into the mini-games. So I'll start with Gemstone. So what you want to do with Gemstone is you want to make the most gems fall down as possible in as few moves as possible. You want to be careful that you don't block yourself up by putting gems in awkward places. So this is clearly a good move because it'll make lot fall down. It's not hard to hit. There's 2 different moves I could go for here. I could either go for this spot or this spot. If I go right here, that won't open much up because there aren't any good shots up here. Whereas if I go right here, that'll open up a good shot if my next tile is orange. So, I mean, both of them are reasonable choices. I think I'm actually going to go for this one because if I knock off this little bit here, it'll drop this down more and there might be a decent shot up there. So I'll go ahead and go for this. Okay, now that it's dropped down a little more, there is a good shot up there. But if I shoot like this, there's a pretty good chance it'll get stuck right there. If I were to try to angle it up enough to hit that, I'm not sure if it would go through. So that's a pretty risky shot. I usually try not to take risky shots because I'm just not good enough to make them work most of the time. I think if I were to shoot this, it would end up being stuck right there. So it would have been better if I had cleared this out because then I could have shot that, but that's hindsight. I guess I can go for this shot. I don't think it'll work though. Yeah, that was horrible. Now it fused these two together, and so they're not going to fall down. So that was pretty bad. That was a mistake. There's no good shots for this. I'll just do this to knock that down. I'm actually in a really bad spot right now because this is fused, so even if I knock that off, and even if I knock this off, this stuff isn't going to fall down. I have to knock both off. So basically I've gotten myself into kind of a bad position from misplaying, and what you want to do now, this is when you pull out your bright mirrors. Pull them out and you knock the whole thing down. This is basically just resetting it because I kind of screwed up. Alright, now I can go back to playing. I'll knock this out. It's kind of going to be tough to angle in there, but I think I can do it if I'm careful. There we go. And then that shot isn't going to knock it down, and it's kind of a hard shot anyway, so this is obviously better. There's no good shots right now. If I shoot here or here, I'm just going to end up causing problems for myself, so I'll shoot right here. I think I'm out of tokens now. Oh, but I can watch an ad to get more, so I'll do that. Alright, while that ad is playing, I'll go ahead and switch over here. It would be nice to get one in there, because that would make all this fall down. That's a very tricky shot, though. I'm not sure if I can manage it. Try, but... ah, shoot. That wasn't quite right. I failed the shot. I would have needed to get it through there and up into there, which is very hard to do. I think you have to be like just about perfect to get it through there. Normally it'll get stuck right here, or stuck right here, or stuck right there, and that's what happened. This shot is too risky, so I'll just put it here. If I hadn't blocked that up, I could have done a shot into there without too much difficulty, but I kind of screwed myself up there. Alright, now all I have to do is bounce it into that spot. If I try to just aim it straight, it'll probably get stuck right there. So... there we go. Barely made it. Alright, and then I just gotta squeeze it through there to get onto this spot. That's not too difficult of a shot. You just aim right at the edge so it bounces past by a little bit. There you go. And then here, this is a pretty tricky shot because it'll usually get wedged in there. But I'm going to try it anyway, because even if it gets wedged in there, the only good shots here are green, so even if it blocks it off, it's no big loss. Oh, it got wedged. I figured that was going to happen. Alright, this shot isn't quite as difficult. Just got to bounce it through. Oh, wrong way. That wasn't good. Oh well, no big deal. There's no good shots right now, so I'll do this. There's still no good shots. This is blocking my shot for there, so I can't do that. I guess I'll just put it here. I got a few more from this side. I guess this is okay. There's no good shots right now, so I'll just put it here. I think I can make it there. I hope so. There we go. That's a little bit of a tricky shot, but I managed it. And then right here. Well, I'm out of stamina, but that kind of shows what you're trying to do here. You don't want to screw yourself up by blocking stuff off, so it's sometimes better not to take the really tricky shots. But getting it up in there and knocking them down is what you want to do if you're able to pull it off. Yeah, don't bother spend on this. It's not worth it. Don't worry about getting keys. Just use them when you have them to unlock the chests. If you don't have keys, no big deal. In the token store, let's see what's best here. Well, for me, the summon seals are best. Hi, Shiloh. And then I think I'll just save the rest for summon seals when the shop refreshes. But there's other things that are decent here too. The talent is also good. It's just I'm more worried about the summon seals right now because I'm trying to star up. The talent is also good though. So either one, the talent or the summon seals are what you want to buy in here. Just probably ignore the rest of the stuff. And then with that, I'll move on to the eagle hunt. So Eagle Hunt has a bunch of loot that you can get through achievements and stuff, which basically is just a way of rewarding you for having a more active horde. There's not much you can do that's skill based in it. The bountiful chests, they just pull loot out for you. It's just an RNG mechanic to make you have more fun. Doesn't matter whether you do 1 or 10 at a time. Well, doing 10 at a time will save you some time, but other than that, it doesn't make any difference. That's just loot to avoid reward you for participating. In the token store, you want the summon seals, the feast gifts, and the talent pendants. Right now I'm trying to hoard mostly the summon seals. The feast gifts are also good though. Actually on my VIP 0 account, the feast gifts are probably slightly better because the rushes are so non-competitive that getting a little higher in the rushes is really good with feast gifts. But on this account, I think I'd prefer the summon seals. So, Eagle Hunt is another one of those games where it's slightly more efficient to wait until late in the event to use your stamina. But if you wait too long, you might run out of time to use it. When you send gifts to other people, it spawns something on their board. It's kind of random. It can be either an animal for them to pick up. It can be a firework. It can be a lot of different stuff. It can even be a whistle. It's just random. I usually gift back people who have gifted me. Oh wow, I'm getting so many gifts. Alright. And then what you want to do is just maximize your points and the stuff you pick up. So it's kind of a tedious game. The turkeys are generally best to grab. The strategy mostly comes in deciding where to use your charge whistles and where to use your eagle horde helps. And what you want to do is wait till you're later on in the event to use them, because later in the event you get more clusters of high value point stuff to pick up. So early on you don't want to bother to use them, you want to save them up for later in the event when you're going to get more value out of them. That's really all I have to say. Just you use them towards the end of the event. I start using mine like near the end of the second day. It's usually when I'll start using them. And obviously you want to use them at these locations up here. You want to use your whistle right at the start of this. Let me just pause for a second to give an example. So if you see that there's a lot of animals really crowded in at the start here, or if there's a lot crowded in at the center, then you can just weave your way through and use one of these helps in the area where it's most crowded. If the entire thing is crowded with animals, then you can use one help at the start, and then when you get all the way up to the middle, use another one. But you're just trying to use them as efficiently as possible to gather as many high point value things. And I'm not using them right now because I'm still on the first day. Like I said, I usually wait till I'm close to the end of the second day so that I can use them on higher density areas and gain more points. Remember, you don't hit the red pets, but whatever number is highest that's green, that's what you want to hit. Again, it's not giving me much choices here. This is mostly just a test of my patience because the game is so slow paced and boring. If you do see loot like a talent pouch or a summon seal just laying there, even if it's next to a turkey, grab the summon seal or the talent pouch. The turkeys are better than the other animals. Generally, grabbing an animal is better than grabbing 1 or 2 pieces of meat, but if you've got like 10 or 15 pieces of meat all stacked on top of each other, I would grab that over an animal. I would still probably take a turkey over like 8 pieces of meat, but if it was like 15 pieces of meat, I might consider that better than a turkey. Even though the turkey would give more points, the turkey does not count towards leveling this up, whereas the meat does. So you got to consider the meat as being slightly better than how many points it gives, because it does count towards leveling you up. But overall, what you want first is any items that are laying on the track is first priority. Second priority is maximizing points, and third priority is leveling up with meat value. I don't really have a lot to say about this minigame though. I'm going to wrap up the video there. Hopefully it was at least a little bit informative. If you've got any questions or comments, you can post them